Hello, I'm Justin Wheat. Welcome to the Fantasy Recap this week. It was quite a barn burner between this Justin and Pass It to the Italian. It's actually more of total domination on Justin's part, but let's check out the highlights. Well, the team got going early this week as the first game was played in London. You can see Fournette here going to his left, finding the end zone after he reaches the ball across the goal line. Fournette finished with 14 points on the day. Moving along, Michael Thomas had himself a day after Breeze finds him here in the back of the end zone for his touchdown, his first touchdown of the season, and you can guarantee it won't be the last. Thomas finished with 7 receptions, 87 yards, and a touchdown for a total fantasy production value of 14.7 points. Perhaps the MVP of the day was Jordy Nelson. Rodgers takes the snap here and rolls to his right and finds Nelson wide open in the back of the end zone for his first score of the day. And no, that was not his last. Nelson was seen here in motion. Rodgers finds him in the corner of the end zone for his second touchdown of the day. Nelson finished with 6 receptions for 52 yards and 2 scores for a total fantasy output of 17.2 points. Really was the clincher in this matchup. Looking at the Italian side of the ball, Stephon Diggs had himself a huge day. Keenum drops back the pass here and finds Diggs deep down the field for a huge gain. Diggs did finish with 8 receptions for 173 yards and 2 scores. First one being right here, catches the ball over the defender. A very nice grab for his first score. The second one being here, Diggs catches the ball and evades a tackler and streaks down the sideline, ultimately coming back into the middle of the field for the score. He did almost get caught from behind, but he does finish and scores the second touchdown of the day. But yikes, he was actually on the bench, so I guess we shouldn't talk about that. We're still wondering why Diggs was not in the lineup, and you can see the question mark does lie with Stephon Diggs as well. Why Diggs? Why indeed? Both Diggs and Thompson could have made a huge impact on this game, but it ultimately goes for naught, or Fournette. Wheat demolishes Italian by a score of 98.5 to a measly 51.8. Wheat now sits at 2-1 and owns the tiebreaker in second place in the Bacon division. Italian receives his first blemish of the season and sits tied for second, but again, Wheat owns the tiebreaker. Wheat showed his excitement in a post-game interview and is confident about his team going forward. You know, it was a great team effort, a great team win, all the way from the quarterback position all the way down to the kicker. Everyone did their part. Jordy Nelson really came through for me today, and I was just really glad he actually played the entire Raiders offense. So it's
great win, by the way. Great win.
Thanks, buddy. You know, so it was just great effort. Going forward, I'm just very excited to see where this team can take me. I think I'm going after that championship, and I'm excited to play Eddie in the auto drafts next week. So we'll see what happens, but you know, I'm feeling really confident. So thanks for tuning in for this week's Bush League Fantasy Sports Recap. Tune in next week as I take on Eddie in the auto drafts.